What is going on, guys? Geeks here, back at it again with another video. And in today's video will be basically just like last week's video, where I cover any major gaming news that has happened in the past week or so. But before we get started, something I noticed was that in my last video I mentioned my Star Wars Squadrons video, in which I basically said how that video had quite a lot of dislikes compared to likes. But the like to dislike ratio has completely changed after I made last week's video, which is really great to see. This must mean that people basically saw how I mentioned that I had quite a few dislikes in my Star Wars Squadrons video, decided to go ahead and like that video, which made the likes far outweigh the dislikes, which I really like to see. Also, after last week's gaming news video, HiveRex commented on my Star Wars video, in which he said, "Only real legends like this video." And I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. But anyway, let's just get right into the gaming news. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the gaming developer Bethesda. They are quite a big company with games like Skyrim, Doom, and Fallout being some of their biggest franchises. Now, why am I bringing up Bethesda, you might be asking? Well, that is because Microsoft themselves has purchased Bethesda for $7.5 billion. Now, this is huge news. This is actually the second biggest gaming acquisition of all time. This means Microsoft, of course, can do whatever they want with the company. They can make the next Fallout exclusive to Xbox if they so please. But I don't think that'll be the case, because they'll most likely be coming to PC as well. But you most likely won't be able to play games like Elder Scrolls 6 on your PlayStation, which is kind of insane. One of the main reasons Microsoft purchased the company is most likely for Xbox Game Pass. Xbox is currently putting all their eggs in their Xbox Game Pass basket, meaning that all Bethesda titles will be coming to Xbox Game Pass, which just makes Xbox Game Pass even more worth it than it already was. If I pick up an Xbox Game Pass subscription, I'm excited to play games like Doom Eternal, because I've never actually played a Doom game before. Whatever the case is, I know that PlayStation players will not be happy if the next major Bethesda game, like Elder Scrolls 6, does not come to their platform. Now, before the next major piece of gaming news, I just wanted to inform you guys about the development of Halo Infinite. Basically, a Twitter user by the name of Quilino345 tweeted, "Looks amazing. New features added in early stages. This game is going to change everything when it comes out." Now, I don't know if this is a dev or just a fan, but it makes me really hyped for the game, given the disappointing news that is getting delayed to next year. So moving on, I have been seeing lots of videos of recommended, basically saying how the PlayStation pre-orders, which went like half an hour after I uploaded last week's video, were actually a big disaster. But before I talk about the pre-order disaster, let's talk about prices. I think the prices for both consoles are actually quite fair. Both the PS5 and Xbox Series X are $500, whereas the PlayStation 5 All-Digital Edition is $400 and the Series X is $300. You might think this means that Microsoft undercut Sony by making the digital edition of their console cheaper, but that's not such face value, because the PlayStation 5 All-Digital Edition is literally just a PlayStation 5 without a disc drive, whereas the Series S doesn't have 4K gaming and is slightly less graphically impressive than the Series X. But the PlayStation 5 pre-order was a disaster, from what I hear, mainly because they announced pre-orders the day before, and there are a ton of scalpers buying tons of PS5 so they can reselling it, making it hard for the average consumer who just wanted one to pick it up. And 5 days after the PS5 pre-orders went up, Xbox announced they were going to making the Bethesda acquisition. Even though Microsoft made the pre-orders easier to get for the average consumer, they still sold out within 14 minutes. Because of the high demand from what I hear. Lastly, I want to talk about a small piece of news that was announced last week. This is that the game Rocket League is going free to play. I have heard of this, but was originally not going to mention it in this video until Nightly Tech commented that I should cover it. So shout out to him. But I'll definitely be picking up Rocket League when it goes free to play September 23rd. That is if I could get more storage on my Xbox, because COD just takes up way too much storage. I've never played it, but I've always been interested in the game. The reason they did this was, of course, to bring in new players and entice them to buying their microtransactions. That is if they have microtransactions. I've never played it, but I hear it is a good game. So it is so cool that it's coming free to play very soon. But anyway, that should wrap things up, guys. Please tell me if you enjoyed this format where I talk about multiple gaming topics that has happened in the past week. This is more of a shorter video. Tell me what you think about Bethesda buying Microsoft. I think that is pretty insane. Please leave a comment, subscribe if you enjoy my content, and I will see you guys in the next one.